Today on Wonofakind, I'm putting hood pins on the carbon fiber. Show you how to install them and tell you why you need them, even if you have that OEM style center latch. Okay, so I have the propane heater going and it's raining. So I apologize for any background noise if it's irritating. If you have a carbon fiber hood, there's a good chance that it came with a similar clasp like your OEM hood had. Now, why is this not enough? Well, because on your OEM hood, that piece is actually welded into your hood. On this carbon fiber, it's not. It's just molded into it, and they have been known to give. So to guarantee that I'm never driving down the road and all of a sudden my friggin' hood flies up on me, I got this. This is a hood lock. This isn't not a hood pin kit. This is a hood lock, along with anchoring it down to this stud. It goes in and then it turns and it keeps the hood from being able to come up. It's also adding security, because really, if somebody wanted this hood off my car, it's literally smashing a window to pop the hood and then 4 bolts. A good thief could probably pull this off in under 4 minutes. This right here is going to prevent that, or definitely slow down the process. I mean, and not to mention all of the other stuff under there. You know, it's a sad thing to say, but people in the car community do some weird things when they're jealous or envious and hate. So I normally have a radiator shroud that goes here. For those of you who have been here before, you've seen that. However, I have removed it. I also removed the front part of my intake. It's sitting over there. Now, normally people might drill out, say, that hole and that hole. Or other people, that's way too close to the edge, and that would not look good. So what I'm going to do, because I do have a radiator shroud that covers pretty much up to here, and I don't want to drill a bigger hole into that, I'm going to actually make a bracket that mounts to the back side of this radiator support on both sides. What I'm going to use to make those brackets is just a simple piece of 1.5 inch angle. So I've got it clamped down. I've got my chintzy little Harbor Freight cut off speed square to make a nice straight line. Pen in my pocket. Then you're going to need a hole saw. Now I got one that's meant for wood and didn't even realize it, and I'm hoping that's going to be alright. So the first thing we're going to do is make our brackets, install our brackets back here on both sides, put these studs into that bracket, and then drill some holes in the actual hood. Wonofakind 2 adjustment, and we should be good to go. Or I'm going to completely destroy the hood, not have hood pins installed right, probably be crooked. I don't know. I usually end up averaging 2 or 3 tries for everything. So I did cut a piece, and this is probably going to be used for one of my brackets. So I'm going to go probably in line with that hole. or maybe a little bit to the left, to try to get inside of this higher flat spot. I need to pre-drill a couple of holes in this little bracket. This could catch and start spinning and turning into a dangerous propeller. Alright, so I've used this one screw to make 2 holes, so I'm not going to use that one again. Okay, so I got the bracket mounted. I drilled a hole big enough for the stem to go through, but I need a bolt on top also. It's just having one underneath isn't enough. Alright, so I've got that mounted. So when I got my radiator shroud back on, my intake will be right there beside it. Nothing's hitting. Nothing should move around. I'd recommend you use like toothpaste or something. I have a little bit of cream hardener. And there we go. Bing, bam, boom. That's where I'm drilling a hole. I've got one done, but I had to go get a bigger hole saw than what I had to do the bottom side. So on the top, I drilled a 1-inch hole. On the bottom, it was actually 1.5 inches to give me room to get the first nut up in, and also just room to work with. Again, my bracket down here is just 1.5 inch piece of L metal that I got at Home Depot, with one bolt above and below it to be able to tighten, adjust where that anchor goes. So now when this comes down, it falls right into the bolt. To find my anchoring spot, like I said, I use these holes that come from the factory where the radiator shroud that I have in is mounted. So this one's done. I'm going to come over here. I've already laid it out. That's exact placement compared to this one. And use reference points. I got a center mark in the hood. But then after I made the mark, I pulled from the face to check it. I pulled from the back. I pulled from this side. And I made sure that all the numbers were the exact same on both, because you don't get a second chance with this. Now what I'm going to do is take a measurement from here to here, center to center, and come underneath and make sure, which I'm pretty positive it's going to, make sure it's going to clear my intercooler line. And then again, I'm going to have to use the bigger hole saw on the bottom and then the smaller one on the top. See it buck up there a couple of times? Holy shit. Alright, so I'm through the top layer, and I've even made my drill hole here into the bottom, which is awesome. This is a hole saw in the tool department, and it's actually meant for wood. Alright. Wish me luck. I'm not sure. You can see how the hole on the bottom is bigger. It's going to give me room to work with. Then I've got my 1-inch hole up top. Now, the lighting is horrible because it is getting dark, but I want you to see something here. Alright, you see that over here is a bevel. So when I put the drill bit up there, I was hitting here first. You have to take that into consideration when you're drilling. Don't turn it sideways to stay flat and flush onto this. Make sure you keep your bit straight up and down with how that lock post is going to eventually be going through. So it was contacting over here, drilling, but wasn't touching anything over here until it actually got through. I can definitely see where a disaster could happen there if you have the drill angled wrong. I'm going to slap the piece in and we'll take a look at how it looks. So I got the tops done, and the bottom, this one's 100%. I still got to do the bracket for this side, but you can see that angle now I was talking about. This bevel here I was talking about, where it comes down. So I had to put a little custom cut on this bottom washer here, but it still looks nice, it's clean. Patterns lined up. Make sure the locks are both facing down. There she is, that's locked. Ooh, that's so much stiffer. You see I still got to put the bracket on that side. That side is really stiffened up. How about a cold start? Make sure my hood doesn't vibrate and shake around anymore. Oh yeah. No more hood shake. Have a locked, secure from flipping up and being broken into carbon fiber hood, and I think it dresses it up a little bit. Let me know what you think below in the comments section. Do you like this? I know I got a few caliber guys that are going to be checking this out, that are joining the carbon fiber hood club. That's what you have to look forward to right there. So yeah, I'm happy with how these came out. I'm excited for tomorrow too. Until you next time, you guys, keep it custom.